Day 35, and I want to follow on from either last or the one before video when I talked about adulting and how other people's idea of what a grown-up, mature adult is in itself, when you kind of impose those ideas onto others, is not being an adult. But also where those ideas come from is just convention and safety in numbers. So therefore everyone, you think it too, one thinks it too, because most people think it, and that's how the society keeps us running, I suppose. And so anyway, so when you kind of have your own version of what it is, essentially it's just you are true to yourself, however uncomfortable that is to someone else, and however all of you are old grown-ups by age, adulting is still doing your thing and being responsible for yourself and for your own needs. And so there's a video on this, like I say, 1 or 2 ago. And yesterday I was scrolling on a social media, and there was this like a big quote type of thing by this person I follow, and it was along those lines, like, don't let the world tell you what an adult is, or something along. I mean, it was different because it was in a different context, but that's the message, and the words were about being adult and how much we have let ourselves down, our true self, and certainly our inner child never allowed to grow up because we kept telling it what to do by some external standards instead of letting that child grow up into an adult that he is meant to be. So it was along those lines basically, but the essence was like, your version of what an adult is and maturity is and a grown-up is no one else's, as in no one else's business even. Anyway, so I was like, that's an example in my world, at least, like a sign that you're on track, that you like confirmation, affirmation type of. So that was just so good to hear and see. On a very different note, I just had this thing kind of loom large yesterday, and so I want to bring it in here today. And it's kind of like, I don't know, occasionally I feel like my videos here sound like, what's the word for that, when you're social activism, which is really something I have no problem, well, I do have a problem with, but I think I spoke of that. If not, I will definitely be speaking to that. But basically, it's not what I consider myself to be. I don't feel like I'm an activist in any shape or form, and yet maybe I am. Maybe I'm becoming one. Maybe this whole Maverick is an activism for Maverickism, and that I will sign up for. So anyway, what I wanted to put to the world is, so let's start again. Would you need anyone if you didn't need money? That's it. Would you need anyone if you didn't need money? So I suppose 3 things here: need, money, and anyone. So need is the key, because in my world, needing something, unless, like I always make this caveat, is that disclaimer or whatever, if your tooth is aching or you need a surgery, yes, those are absolute legit needs to go and ask someone else for help. And any other kind of help can be asked, even in my world, just not over asked, just not overstay your welcome. Be very mindful of how you're doing that. Although on the other hand, there are people who actually can't bear to look at their life themselves, to look at their lives, or to look at themselves, so they just prefer to be in other people's lives, which distracts them from their own. So if you're kind of taking advantage of that because they're offering it, so hence the quotes, the air quotes, then yeah, it takes 2 to tango always. But still, doesn't, I would still say get out of that and let them find another victim. So back to the money and needing and anyone. So the needing is important. So apart from those, kind of things that you truly can't help yourself because you have no skills, their side or those people aside, would you need anyone if you didn't need money? So when I say money, I mean business, and I mean existence, I mean as well, not just business, but it's kind of connected, isn't it? You either have to have a job or you have to own your own business, and for that you need other people, because if they're gonna pay you, you need them to pay you, and the moment they're paying you, they owe you. No, they own you. Always have to think twice about those two. Own, owe. And when they own you, you kind of like have to dance to that tune. And this could be, this can be made pleasant and enjoyable and exciting, even if it's like you run your own business and it's actually dance. Let's say you love dancing. So then you teach dance and you do classes and you therefore do what you love. But you'll find that, you'll have to swallow all kinds of crap. Even then, from difficult customers, from different customers, from all other kind of stuff. And you have to do all that because you need the money. And we all need the money. And I think basically where I'm going with this, that if we didn't need money, if we, if there was nothing to take, if there was nothing to give material, we were all, I know this is total utopia, so I'm not suggesting this for a political party manifesto, not yet anyway, but essentially if we didn't need money, I think all our relationships would be profoundly and radically different. We would relate to each other radically differently if we knew, or if we were taken care of materially. And I mean, just, so we all have somewhere clean and nice and decent, nothing excessive, so everyone has it, so it's like spread out, to live and to eat and to be warm and to, those basic things, basically. Not travel, not go, I don't want to elaborate on it now. I haven't got, like I say, a manifesto or anything written down, but I do think that this money business is it's where everything went wrong, but not in the sense of money's dirty, but in the sense of that he taught us the wrong kind of relationship. So business relationship to be the way it is because of the money is just what it is. It's got to be that way for as long as we need money. But I think we have really way overspilt this model of relating into our personal relationships. And it's like we're using that as a model. I don't know what came first, chicken egg thing, money existed how long? Well, it's not even money, it's trade. It's like I give you this and you give me that. And that's fine in trade and in business, but it's not fine in relationships. In fact, it's the opposite of fine. And yet, that's at the core of all our relationships. Well, okay, sweeping statement, of course not, but still valid. Trim it down to your specifics. And that's my problem. That's the problem I'm raising. That's where this video has gone, hopefully clearly. And I'm on my 4th day without coffee. And it's better, but I'm still feeling a bit tired overall, but no, in another way better, healthy already. So we'll see. Okay, see you tomorrow.